Actually, this is really cool. So this is like in one of the busiest parts of Paris, and the sisters have kept it so you're not allowed to talk inside. So like we brought our whisperers, these little walkie-talkie things that you put in your ear, most places we went. And he's like, you can leave them on the bus. Don't bring them with you. And we're like, you're not going to tell us? He's like, no, the sisters do not allow it. There is no talking in the church except for responding to mass parts. But they're very strict about keeping it a holy place.
Yeah.
Like this is a place for pilgrims to come and pray,
this is
not for
tourist
tourists.
Site. Good for them.
Yeah, which I thought was really, really good and beautiful.
That reminds me of the time you and I were in Rome, and there was a lady in front of us who tried to get into St. Peter's, and they sent her away because she had a short skirt on. I thought that was fantastic. And then you chased after her and gave her your scarf, I think, to wear around her.
Yeah, I showed her how to make it into a skirt.
But I just love that as well. It's like, no, just don't dress like a prostitute would here, because this is a holy place. All right, you're offended. Why are you offended?
I just don't think that's what they say at the gate. I think it's a little more charitable than that.
Okay. How would you put it?
This is a beautiful, holy, sacred place, and we would love for you to dress where you're respecting yourself and the others, and it's a place of prayer. And if you're wearing what you wear to the beach, it just doesn't have the same vibe.
That is really good. That's way better than what I said.
Yeah. And you are a beautiful daughter of God, and we veil what is sacred. So here is a shawl to put over your shoulders.
You win.
Here's a skirt.
Is way better. Yeah.
I think because I was her, right? Like I was that girl at one point in time.
Yeah.
And so I had people that talked to me with compassion. I had people that talked to me rudely. But like,
and guess which one galvanized you? Like I bet if someone was rude to you, you were like, screw you.
It was
you probably just doubled down on it.
The third time I got asked to change on net. Lynn Nolan. The third, Duquesne now.
Just so everybody knows, this isn't like a beach party. This is a Catholic ministry that you joined.
Yeah.
Just so people know, 3 times you were asked to change.
Yeah, so this is my first year with Net Ministries, National Evangelization Team. And Net has rules for...
That was 20 years ago.
I know.
Holy smokes.
We're old.
We are very old.
Yeah. Do you know Katie Pretzel did 2 years as well? And Chica also did 2 years of Net.
I didn't know that.
Yeah. No. We were just talking about Net alumni. It's like... Focus Missionaries, how you're like, oh, you're another Focus Missionary. Net's like that too, where like you meet another person, like, oh, we get each other. But yes, they're not uber strict with their dress policy, but I got asked to change for the third time.
That's how bad you were.
I was that bad. Yep. I was taught to like be classy, so like you can wear something low cut, but then you wear longer shorts. like emphasize one area of the body, but you
not
don't do
both at once.
Right, that's
like
just
some kind
too
of
much.
hussy.
Right. And so I remember getting on Lynn's case, and I'm like, what is your problem? Like, I get that my shirt was too low, and then I get my shorts were too short, but now I had pants and a t-shirt on. Like, what's your problem? She's like, so I can see when you breathe, your shirt is just so tight. And I was well endowed back then, and it just didn't look good. Like, my shirt probably was made of spandex. I don't even remember. But she just loved me in it and was just like, Cameron, it's just because you're so beautiful. Like, I want you to dress in a way that demands respect from others.
And she said this privately, I'm sure.
She did, yeah. Oh, it was just her and I in a cabin. She pulled me aside, and as we were walking, like, I just kind of went off on her. And I'm like, do you have an issue with my clothing again? And she's like, we'll talk about it when we get to the cabin. Because I was trying to make a scene in front of other people to be like, look at this woman. Prude, am I right? And she was just so loving.
Everyone else is in, like, denim jumpers. We don't understand what you're saying.
We're on her side, actually. Could you get the jumper on with the puffy sleeves?
Yeah. Now you've got the puffy sleeves.
I have shoulder pads.
Oh, okay, that's different.
It's still puffy.
Yeah.
Does this work or not? Please let me know in the comments
No,
below.
don't ask anyone in the comments. You look great.
Okay, thanks. I like it. I'm going to wear it.
So I've got a standard for modesty I've been thinking about that I want to run by you and get you to pick it apart. So I would say, generally speaking, you shouldn't... Again, I'm just trying this out. It's not like I'm committed to it yet. But generally speaking, you should cover what you would never have somebody touch without it being awkward. So there could be a circumstance where a stranger could touch you on the neck or something like that.
I would find that awkward.
It would be, but there could be a situation for someone, I don't know. Okay, forget the neck. Fair enough. I mean, no one would touch you on the nose. That'd be weird. But like the knee, like if someone touched you on the knee, just patted you, hey, how's it going? That might be weird.
It depends on how they did it.
I know it depends on how they do it.
It could be a really awkward way.
My point is, if your skirt is so short, there's obviously a place where if someone touches it, that's almost sexual abuse or is sexual harassment.
Yeah, I'd punch him.
So don't don't cover that area or that part that you wouldn't want somebody.
I'd be in one of those like hazmat suits if that was the case.
Okay,
because if
fair
someone
enough,
came up and like caressed my cheek in a way that I'm
okay,
like,
no, okay,
don't
that's
touch
right.
me.
Okay, you're right. Okay, and
But I see what you're
you've
saying.
successfully done it. That's not a good. It's not a good thing.
But I see what you're saying, and I
Yeah.
see where you're going with
like
it.
if you would never have somebody like lay their hand on your upper thigh or your thigh at all, your lower thigh, like just you could cover that up. Generally speaking,
If I'm playing soccer and
that's
I'm
why
running
I say
around,
generally.
yeah. Or I'm at a beach.
Yeah.
I liked Father Bill's thing with the whole like I never understood why people were anti-strapless dresses, and when he said like it looks like a row like a bridesmaid dresses,
Yeah.
he had this rule that you had to wear a shawl if you had a strapless dress. I'm like, Father Bill, why? And he's like, the rest of the church just sees a whole row of naked women. I'm like, no, you don't. And then every time I see someone, even like when we go to Mass at Franciscan, I'll sit down. I'm like, that girl needs to know that she just looks naked from behind.
Yeah.
And because you don't see the shoulders.
Totally. I like how Emily Wilson put it. You know Emily. She had a video on modesty, and she likes to think of it as like being somebody who dresses with class.
Yes,
and
agreed.
talking about it that way.
Yes.
Like respecting yourself and dressing in a way, you know.
That demands respect.
Kind of, yeah. Like
no,
if,
agreed.
if I went to church in my pajamas, like what does that say about me? If I go to a job interview in just like jeans and a t-shirt, well, I probably would do that. But like, what does that say about me? It's like nothing good. I don't think.
I think for a normal situation, yes, that's true. But I think someone saying like it's never okay to have pajamas on if you're receiving the Eucharist. Well, I was sick in the hospital and I had a hospital gown on. I had a priest come in and celebrate Mass. Like, but that's not the norm. Normally, I would not show up to Mass in a hospital gown or pajamas. Yes, you want to dress. And I think it's good to teach. We try to do that with our children. Like, you need to look nice.
Yeah. And that's hard when you've got 4 kids whose clothes have all been stuffed into drawers and we're trying to maintain it but can't. And But no, it is good. I remember somebody saying to me how it was important that we dress well for Mass, and she was mocking it. And she said, oh, yes, because God hates people with Ugg boots on. As if that was the point.
No, he doesn't hate people with Ugg boots on.
No, it's just
it's
you
not
should.
The point.
And so for the longest time, I never really did try. Australia is a lot more casual and laid back anyway.
My family, that's something that we did do.
Really
My parents
important.
made us dress nice.
Yeah.
I think it was more for like what other people thought, but they instilled that in us.
Even
like
that,
you wear a
I
nice
mean,
dress to Mass.
That's a good enough. That's a good enough reason, I think. Even just to start there, like dress in a way that you don't stand out and look like a slob in front of other people. You should be ashamed of that. You should be ashamed to look like a slob.
Yeah. Although Peter's really gotten on a kick that he doesn't have to wear shoes when we go to Mass at Franciscan. He's like, because it's Franciscan.
And other kids do that, yeah.
It's kind of cute.
university
He looks
students are.
nice, but yeah, he's barefoot most of the time.
Oh, it's fun.
Yeah. Yeah, I think that we need to give people grace, but no, it's true. We should look nice. And we have taken kids to Mass, like a really late, when we were going to Divine Liturgy, and it was like a candlelight vigil. We would bring little ones in pajamas.
And it's not even that, like, I think it's better not to say you ought to look nice, but you ought to look better here than you do usually. Even if better here isn't up to anyone's standards, you should at least try. Like, if all you have is like pairs of jeans and can't afford anything else, well, wear the best pair of
Janet
jeans.
Haffernick was really big into that because when we ran a confirmation program in Houston, and I said they need to wear dress pants, and she's like, no, Cameron, because we may have some children that cannot afford that. We want them to be ironed and looking nice. But if jeans are all they have, iron the jeans and make them look nice.
I would think it more likely that they had dress pants than an iron. Whatever happened to irons? Do people still use irons?
Yeah.
Rob McNamara uses an iron.
yeah.
Do you have an iron, Neil?
I don't have one now.
We have one.
We have one?
We do.
I didn't even know we had one.
Yeah, it's
Where
in the
is it?
basement, in the laundry room.
You
Do you know
used
where
to-
the laundry room is?
I think I know where the laundry room is, but
Do you know how to work our washer and dryer?
yes, I used it once.
Did you?
I did while you were gone in
Aw,
France. I had to
thank
wash
you.
things.
I appreciate that. Thank you.
Although I would respect myself a lot more if I didn't know how to use it.
I do not respect your friend that did not know how to use that or the
I
dishwasher.
went to John Henry's, who used to play D&D with us, and Ange was in Minnesota with the kids. He's like, you know how to use this? It was the dishwasher. He had no idea. But the thing that made it okay is that all the meat they eat, he
That's true.
hunts, kills, skins,
That's
guts.
fair.
If you're providing that level of service to your family, it's okay if you don't.
And I think his 5-year-old knew how to turn the buttons on the washing.
I was like, I looked at him because
dishwasher.
I thought he had to be joking.
Nope.
But yeah, he wasn't. But I don't think he ever tried very hard. Mm-hmm. So there you are.
If you like that clip, be sure to like and subscribe. Cheers.